Okay, it looks like we are good to go. Gotta click go live on you on Instagram though. Here we go. Alrighty. What's going on, my guy? How you
What's up,
feeling
buddy?
today?
Happy
Uh,
Sunday night.
Happy Sunday night. You know what that means, right? You know what that means?
Go ahead.
It's the night before Monday Night Raw.
That's right. It is.
Yeah, and I cannot wait. Like just this week in wrestling, man. This week has been insane in my opinion. Like, how are you feeling about it?
Dude, I've commented everywhere. It was one hell of a week to be a wrestling fan. It
I
was a
agree.
week to remember, a week in the books. Top tier week, I would say.
Right? I mean, what was your favorite moment of the week, if you don't mind me asking, before we get into all this amazing stuff that went down just in the 1 week for WWE? Because I know you yourself only really pay attention to WWE content, not much AEW or TNA.
Yep, very much so. But that's okay. WWE had a great week.
They did.
um, Dude, I posted all my reaction clips, so I think my two biggest reactions was Joe Hendry because that was a speculation, and then he actually showed up. So that was my biggest one. Him showing up to NXT. Obviously, Jacob Fatu. We've been waiting for him for a while, so that was obviously great. And then the Wyatt Six was obviously there, but I think in that order for me.
Man, just this week alone for me, I mean, the biggest thing that gave me the biggest goosebumps, the biggest reaction for me was obviously the White Six. That was my biggest like moment. I'm like, whoa. And you know, just from Monday, I was like, wow. What I wonder what they're gonna do the rest of the week. What's gonna happen? And like you said yourself, Joe Hendry, another big moment. Then you had Kazarian in the NXT Battle Royal as well with him, and Frankie Kazarian actually made it pretty far in that Battle Royal, if no one was paying attention. And then obviously another big moment was Jacob Fatu. I mean, if you watch WWE like that and TNA, AEW, then you know WWE working with anybody is just crazy. So,
Yeah.
but we'll get into that one a little later on. But I forgot to write that down, and you really didn't remind me to bring it up. That we now we're talking about like, oh crap, we forgot Joe Hendry. But thank you to everybody that is watching us on Instagram and TikTok. I don't know if anybody's watching on Twitch or YouTube right now, but thank you. Obviously, we have a different layout than last time. How do you like it, Soto?
Dude, I'm looking at it right now. I'm on TikTok. I'm in the comments on TikTok here,
Mm-hmm.
and I see it looks pretty dope, man. You got two of the most talked about things this week, but you should have Joe Hendry right in the middle because he broke records this week.
He did, and we're gonna get into that. In fact, another creator actually brought it up today, and I was like, "Holy crap! I didn't know that." But we'll get into your boy Joe Hendry in a little bit. Thank you for the. We got some people already following us. I appreciate that. Thank you. If we're not too interactive with the comments, it's because we're focused on the conversation, trying to get y'all our reactions and trying to give you some updates on what's happening.
Yeah, I'm primarily in the TikTok comments, so I'll be responding to majority of TikTok people.
Obviously, I'm gonna be trying to hold it down on the actual stream, make sure there's no glitches or hiccups, and then of course I got some audio to play during our conversations. So let's get right into it, my friend. Obviously, we started off with the big one, right there on the right hand corner, Uncle Howdy,
Uncle Howdy.
Wyatt Six. First of all, was that a debut or was that a debut?
Oh yeah, it was certainly a debut. One to remember. The cinema on that thing was beautiful. The way they put it together was great. I have no complaints for how they showed up.
Now, I've heard that, but what was your first reaction? Like your first reaction when Jay was sitting there and doing his thing after his big win to get his Money in the Bank entry. What was your first thing? Did you think like me probably like crap? Is this their first target? Because they keep focusing on Jay. Did you think the same when those lights went out, or what did you think? Like, what was your first reaction?
I thought Jay was probably his first target, to be honest. Um, yeah, I mean they were talking about the Fireflies, and I'm glad that Jay did it in the cross, fire. Um, but like I said, the backstage segment, the way they took everybody else out, even without us knowing how they took them out, it's fine with me.
Yeah, and I know you see it in the comment right there. Jay don't want no problems. And we're gonna get into that in a little bit too after we discuss this part. But you were talking about the cinematic effects, the way they drew us in with the whole, you know, Sister Abigail, Nikki Cross. I don't know what character she's supposed to be portraying fully, but when you see them panning into that and then going into the back, like, what was your first thought? Like, is somebody gonna jump out at me?
Yeah, right. I think we were all expecting that jump scare. I think.
Like a haunted house or something. Like, oh, I was like, crap.
Well, we all had speculations that it was more than just Uncle Howdy, right? And the fact that we started getting character after character after character, it was great, right? We have a new faction to look forward to, some new fresh faces.
Well, fresh faces, because I think the only fresh face we really got was probably Joe Gacy, right?
Yeah, I mean, what I
But
mean by new faces, I mean they are new characters
new characters, okay.
amongst
You know,
themselves.
we got to watch how we say because there's a lot of technical people out there. Like, hey, they're not new.
Yeah.
It's like they're new characters. They're new personas. The people themselves are not new, but their characters that they're about to portray are new to us. We got
Mhm.
them in the Firefly Funhouse with, the late Bray Wyatt. A lot of these characters now they're being brought to life for us. They're actually being put in a bigger way. Obviously, this was his vision eventually to get there, but obviously it didn't get to happen with him involved, and now we got what we got, and it's not letting me down so far. Like, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. I had goosebumps, I had chills, I was like freaking out like everybody else. I was kind of sad because I was like, man, are they going to show up? They're not going to show up. Then they hit us with the last 5 minutes of the show. And I know you felt probably the same way. Like, are they actually going to not show them or what are they doing?
I think I think I had the feeling that they were going to show up. I don't think I had like, oh, they're not going to show up. I think it was perfect to save them for the end, right? Leave with the cliffhanger of like, damn, they're here. Like, what's next? It makes you want to come back to Monday, and they did exactly that. Everybody tuned in on Friday because they were like, oh, everybody's speculating they're about to take out the SmackDown locker room,
Oh,
and
oh,
then
we're going to get into that in a second with the security and all that.
yeah, like the tension was there, but everybody was on edge, and I think that's what they're going to be used for, right? It's just to have everybody on edge, even if every week, even if they have more QR codes or more
Oh,
whatever tricks.
like, I don't even think they need to do QR codes. They
Hmm.
just need to do what they kind of did on SmackDown, if you noticed it. They had like the logos for a lot of the stuff like trickling in and out with the bunny on there and stuff like that. And you know, I liked it. Like
Yeah,
they
man.
did have everybody on the edge. Like, man, are they gonna show up and do what they did again, or are they gonna leave us alone? Bloodline Civil War is going to be to begin. We're gonna get to that later. Again, we're trying to stick in order right now. I
It's
love the
tough.
comments though. I love these comments that I'm seeing, and Soto's in there interacting with everybody. I love it. Right now, we got some people on joining us on Instagram as well. Joseph, Chris, how's it going, guys? And there's quite a bit of people in the chat room and TikTok. I appreciate all that for both of us right now. But again, the Wyatt 6 shows up, lays everybody out. Like, what was your first thought when you saw the first person laying there?
The only person that I noticed like clearly when I first watched it was Chad Gable. He was the only person that I knew that I
Mm-hmm.
saw clearly. Other than that, other than actual faces, I mean, I saw people laying down, and what we can only speculate was possibly Gunther and Carmelo Hayes is what people have been saying. I can't see a clear face, so I don't know who that is for sure.
Because there was a lot of speculation that, it might have been Seth laying there, Triple H, Gunther, Carmelo Hayes, uh, just to name a few that I saw in, articles this week and, speculations. But, obviously you just said the most noticeable one was Chad Gable, and a lot of fans since, what, week or two ago were actually speculating that it was going to be Chad Gable that was going to get targeted,
Mm-hmm,
and because they had the initial CG in there,
mm-hmm.
and everyone all night was like, "Is it gonna happen?" And obviously, when Chad was being focused on in a lot of segments on Monday, everyone had the feeling like, "Okay, it's gonna happen tonight. He's gonna get taken out."
Yeah,
And
the Wyatt 6 definitely put that beat down on the backstage crew and some of the people back there.
yeah, and man, we could talk about this pretty much the whole night, can't we? But obviously we are trying to get through the entire week, and the entire week was just solid for me, solid for you. Just that like those 5 minutes had the entire internet buzzing. I know you were live, you were showing it. Your chat was going crazy. I was on live. My chat was going crazy. Also, our friend Know Your Wrestling was live, and he kept replaying the clip, and his chat was going crazy for it. A
It
lot of
was
other streamers were live, and that's all a lot of people talked about for Monday and Tuesday. But you were gonna say what?
up until Tuesday night when we hit NXT.
NXT. We didn't have this written down, this
That's
part,
okay,
but we're gonna
but
jump into it.
we can go in order. We because that takes us straight to Tuesday. And
We're going
if
straight
you
to
all
Tuesday.
there's no picture here, and I'd already told WTP he should have had a picture in the middle just recently. But if you don't believe, I definitely believe. I definitely believe in the White 6, and I believe in Joe Hendry.
Crazy, 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 right? Um, Obviously they opened up NXT with him coming out. And I know you're a big fan of Joe Hendry or the song. You like to get on my nerves with it. I know you and Jimmy like to get at me every time I go into your live. Y'all play that song. Obviously we can't play right now for copyright reasons. But if you could, you'd probably play that song right now just to be messing with me.
I was giving Know Your Wrestling a hard time because he just started getting into it, and I'm like, buddy, you're a little too late, man. This has been going on for a lot longer.
Yeah, he just likes having fun with it. Like if you ever seen his live, it's like chill. Like he's dancing, he's playing the guitar,
Yeah.
jumping on chairs, and like, bro.
For all of you that are new here, I appreciate you guys. I'm in the comments down here. Go ahead and give us a follow if you don't follow us already. My name is Soto619. This is WTP. We'd appreciate all the follows. Not only do we do this weekly podcast, but we also go live for the events. And I know you guys like watching those, so I appreciate you all for being here. Um, but yeah, going back to NXT, Joe Hendry. What was it, 90 seconds that we got of Joe Hendry?
3 minutes. It was 3 minutes total from the
Yeah.
walking out, the promo, being in the match, and getting tossed over the ropes. And it was Kazarian, who he actually has a beef with in TNA, that did the elimination. Now, for those of you who ain't familiar, a few weeks ago, for the what, third time in I've been watching professional wrestling, we had WWE bring somebody else from another promotion. Obviously, they worked with ECW back in the day and other promotions, but like in years that Vince was running the show, did we ever think that we would ever see somebody from like a TNA jump to WWE while they're
Absolutely not.
like actually work with them and then WWE goes to TNA? Like, did you ever think that?
Absolutely not. I mean, it was always a dream. It was always a thought. It was always a what if.
Like, what if this guy, like, what if our Kazarian actually got a match with this guy? What if
Hmm.
we saw Joe Hendry and R Truth or the, you know, New Day or something like that, right? And
Yeah.
now we're at a point where this could happen. Let's be real. This could actually happen with all these things happening because you know right now they're just testing it out with NXT and it's already going well because Joe Hendry, according to Nico Extra, his one debut in NXT got over 14 million views.
That's high, man. That's high. I think that even breaks The Rock's return on Raw at Raw Day One here in San Diego, the one that I went to.
And
I think that even broke
if you want
that.
to get technical for all you know people that hate on AEW, that was more views than Mercedes Moné, Will Ospreay, and even crap I can't remember the other or Daniel Bryan. All them all their debuts in AEW. Like that's got to tell you something here. Like the man who has who what he didn't he outbeat Taylor Swift or something
Dude,
overseas.
he I don't remember how. It was like a day or two or something. But yeah, something like that. And then she overtook him right back.
Yeah. But within 24 hours from what I heard, by Wednesday morning, he had over 3 million views from his debut. Like,
Dude,
that
he
just,
I posted that clip, bro. I'm telling you, I had like 13,000 views on my clip just for Joe
I
Henry.
posted the same clip and I got like over 1,500, something like that, 1,800.
Yeah,
Um, like, the clip says, you know, speaks for itself. It's just, it's a shocker for wrestling fans.
for sure, dude. I was fixing my camera because I don't normally do NXT, but what I feel like something's gonna happen. It's gonna be big. I was like, let me record this. So I was setting up my camera. As I was setting it up, I hit
Mhm.
record. I hear Joe Hendry's music hit off, and I was like, oh my god! So you see me shaking the camera to move back to jump into the frame, and I'm just like, God, it's Joe Hendry, and my reaction's just explosive, man.
If you, if you saw my video, I got like as soon as I turned on NXT, I hit the record button. I got the part after his music started playing, and
Damn,
if you actually hear the video, there's a ding in the background because the Discord was going off at the same time.
that's funny,
And I was like, I didn't have time to put on Do Not Disturb, none of that, because there's another part in that same video where the ding keeps going off, and I was just
dude.
like, oh my god.
I kept rewatching the clip because I was just throwing. Like I said, I literally was like, I'm gonna go live. I ended up wearing my backwards hat in that clip, which made it even funnier because I was like, I recognized it the other day, and I was like, oh, I'm wearing my backwards hat, instead of wearing the normal forward hat, I was wearing the backwards one. So
Man, that's
I thought it was
crazy.
funny.
That is crazy that we all expected something to happen. You know what? What's crazy to me is that they put that match first. Like I promise you, if they would have left that for last, they would have got more views the entire show. Because I think this week they got over 700,000 for NXT. And again, for all you AEW haters out there, you know, obviously WWE got or AEW only did like 500,000,
Right.
and that's an all-time low for AEW. So, you know, not hating on their work over there. I actually like AEW. I like the wrestling aspect of it, but I'm not much of a fan of these stories.
Yeah,
You know, I've said that before, but it's
it's
just because, you
still
know, I think they're too focused on bashing WWE for everything they do. And, you know, don't get me wrong, WWE throws a little shade at them every now and then, but they don't primarily make their top star go out there and just throw shade every single promo.
right.
Yeah,
But
that's just my opinion.
Well, I'm looking forward to more Joe Hendry appearances. Looking forward to seeing what he can offer both TNA and WWE, and see this new this new door. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is the first
Yeah,
male to cross from TNA to WWE.
the first two. Because
First two.
everyone keeps
You're
forgetting
right.
about Kazarian, man. Y'all keep forgetting
Yeah,
about Kazarian. That
you're
was a
right.
big moment for me. I was in your chat the entire time talking about
Oh
it.
yeah.
Remember, I was talking with Angel about it. Like, this is crazy. I'm actually happy for Kazarian because he's been a AEW or not AEW TNA lifer. I've never really seen him in any other promotion unless you want to count like ROH and stuff. But that was his early career, and
Yeah.
his later careers he's just been in TNA. Everyone's like he had a little stint in WWE, but really, can anybody remember? It's like probably one match and done. He's been mostly TNA, and then we finally saw him in a WWE ring on a bigger scale. But we'll go into that on another day. The biggest news was the Joe Hendry because everyone was waiting for that to happen, and it finally did. And apparently, he's gonna have more dates in the future.
Let me ask you this. When it doesn't have to be longer than whatever. We don't have to go into detail. You think it was the right time? And then secondly, after you answer that question, if whether it was or wasn't, do you think it should have waited till the Rumble for a bigger pop?
The right time. It's the right time because in professional wrestling, the next big thing can happen tomorrow.
Very true.
Next week we can get Roman, we can get The Rock, we can get Stone Cold, all these guys back in one day, and they're gonna be like, Joe who? But I think it was the right time for Joe Hendry, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the right time for WWE to bring him in to do something, even if it was just for the 3 minutes. It worked out perfectly because it still aligned with TNA storylines, which I give credit to WWE for doing that for them. Because let's
Yeah.
be real, they don't have to do that. They don't. They didn't have to bring Kazarian. They didn't have to bring that feud. They just said, "We'll do it. We'll make it work and make it stick with what you're doing." And
Right.
it worked out. Because if Joe Hendry would have eliminated Kazarian, it still would have went perfect because you would have got more time with Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
But I think doing that, it makes fans want more now. Like, okay, we saw him for a minute. Now we got to get him back. How are we going to get him back over here? And the thing with Shawn Michaels opens up a lot of potential for the future.
For sure. So
So,
I guess we could skip that Royal Rumble question then. Never mind. Um.
oh, I answered perfect then. Okay, cool.
Yeah. 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 We're good there.
Oh man, you see how we work. So
Yeah.
now we're not even going to talk about it. We're just going to listen to the next topic.
Let's
We're
let's
moving
go
to
ahead.
Friday now, right?
Friday Night Smack. Oh wait.
Oh, okay. What?
Oh, before we go there, I have one more thing that I want to add that we'll bring up here. But there is rumors. I guess not rumors. There is hopes, right? Hopes, fantasy booking, all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
that I would love to see, and it's our truth showing
Mm.
up to TNA and just coming in the ring and just ready to go. And he just, even if he kicks off the show for TNA and he goes, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw," like, and he just plays his character as normal. And then, everybody else comes in there and is looking at him all crazy, and it's like, this isn't Monday Night Raw, this is TNA. And then the whole crowd will go, TNA, TNA. And then it goes, "Oh, I'm not on Raw," like, "Oh,
Oh,
my bad."
my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
That's on me. My bad.
And then he either gets a beat down and thrown out the ring, or like he just dips and leaves. Like, he doesn't have to fight. You know what
I'm
I
gonna
mean?
add something to that. I'm gonna add it because I just saw the picture in my head. Everything you said, but instead of just walking out, Miz comes out. Truth, what are you doing? We're not. This ain't Monday Night Raw. We're supposed to be in the back
Bro,
watching.
Santi's in the comments on TikTok.
Are you serious?
Bro, what's
Santi
up,
Zap?
Santi? Yeah, Santi's Zap's in the comments,
Seriously?
bro.
What's
Yeah,
up,
it's really
Santi?
Santi's Zap.
I'm on Truth to Challenge for the Knockouts title, not knowing that's
Bro,
nice, Santi. Bro, thank you for being here with us. I appreciate that.
Dude, I appreciate the support. I just commented back. I'd love a follow for
I would love a
WCP
follow. I'll follow
and,
him.
and Soto 61. I definitely follow Santi's app,
Man,
but
man, I love his stuff with Dijak right now, for real. I think the
if he's still
internet's
in here,
connected. Man, that's nice.
yeah,
Kevin agrees with Santi. Nice.
yeah, appreciate
So
you.
truth,
Sorry.
but that would be funny too. That would be funny too. Imagine truth. Oh, he followed us. Appreciate it. He
He
followed
did?
me.
Hold up.
Go to Soto619 and
I
follow him.
commented back to him. Oh my god, he definitely followed me. That's dope.
Nice, bro.
Sorry, I'm
Nice.
geeking out.
We're geeking out
Sorry.
right now. We're geeking out. I'm sorry, Santi. We're
We
fanboying
appreciate
right
you.
now.
Would love to have a podcast with him sometime. That'd
Man,
be dope.
imagine if we're live. If you ever see us live, normal, just come on by. Request to come up in the boxes, man. We would love that.
Dude, we talk about this weekly.
And this is a weekly thing. We would love to have him as a guest one time. But we were just
Uh,
talking, right? But yeah, but that was a good concept. What if he challenges for like the NXT knockout or TNA knockout title in an open challenge by accident and gets whipped by Jordan Grace?
yeah, I was just reading his comment. He said, "I want Truth to challenge for the knockouts title, not knowing that that's the women's title." That's a good.
That's
I
good.
like it.
But then also the Miz thing, like, Truth, this ain't Raw. We're not even on the show. Like, get out of here. That would be dope, though. I'm still geeking out. Hold on.
Let's keep it going. Let's
Let's
keep
keep
it. The
it
show
going.
goes
All right.
on. The show
The
goes
show
on.
goes on. We got to be professional, guys. So this next one, we're not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to play the clip,
Go
a
ahead.
few minutes, because everyone's been talking about this as well. And tell you the truth, I've been geeking out since it happened.
You want?
Hold
You know
on.
who that is? Oh my God! That's Jacob Fatu. He's here. Oh my God! Oh my God! Solo, what the hell have you done?
Man,
Go ahead and give him the play-by-play.
man, you just got,
Oh
he just spearing Randy, KO, Samoan drop on the steel steps, going savage on everybody.
Fit for public consumption. Watch it. You don't have to tell me twice, Corey.
And he's going after Cody. Cody trying to throw them hands with him. That's not smart, my guy. Over the top ropes, but Jacob lands on the feet, grabs him by his feet, right on the ring apron.
Spine first onto the ring apron.
Do we even need to hear the rest? Okay.
What have you done? What sort of hell has been
He's taking apart the table.
by Solo and the Bloodline? Well, this completely redefines risk-reward. The risk with Jacob Fatu.
If y'all didn't see this clip,
But what we're seeing now
this
is
man went savage on everybody.
Oh my God. Jacob Fatu is going to destroy the WWE champion on his first night. No. No. Oh my God.
I know Soda's over there watching it.
God help us all. There's a werewolf on the loose.
I think you could stop it there.
Throwing the ones up.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those who stuck around, Jacob Fatu That was what definitely closed out the week for WWE.
Oh my god! And we still got more to talk about SmackDown.
Absolutely.
That was like the biggest thing ever right there. Um, wow, that is just crazy. I don't know what you're doing here, man. What we got going on? Oh wow!
Keep the
I
show
just
going.
I just
Keep the
noticed
show
that, bro.
going.
I just noticed that. He
Keep the
just
show
sent me a
going.
picture of Santi
Keep the
actually
show.
following. Oh my god. Okay, I'm
Keep the
trying to keep
show
my
going.
composure, bro. That is freaking awesome. I love it.
Yep.
We're gonna have to go live with everybody else and start bragging. I'm just kidding. But this man, if you don't know, now you know. Jacob Fatu was beating everybody up on the independent scene, doing his thing, and now he's here in WWE. Like, what's your first thought when you saw him come in and just start super kicking? And then he
Dude,
gave that savage clothesline to KO. Like,
I was in chills. Like I said, I posted my reaction and I loved it. We've known that Jacob was signed to WWE since April. That at least that's what was reported, and the fact that he actually showed up finally and just super kicked everybody, took them all out. He had a small moment where he went one on one with Cody. They threw, they threw fists back and forth for a little bit. Obviously, before going out of the ring, and Jacob Fatu put Cody Rhodes through the table from that. That was a high jump, dude. For that, he's what 280 pounds, I think.
I'm going to tell you this. Another man that was heavier than all of them used to do the same things, and they're all from the same genetics, same bloodline. No pun intended. The Savage Umaga did the same stuff, and he was heavier. So
Absolutely.
I used to say this all the time when I used to see Umaga doing everything he did in WWE. A man that big, that size, should not move that fast and fly that high. So for Jacob Fatu isn't obviously in much better shape to be doing it. It's not really surprising me. It's more scary because you like a lot of big men in wrestling don't do that. Like we see maybe every now and then Ivar do it, maybe Bronson Reed, but for him to jump that high and pretty much mess up Cody Rhodes' ribs, because I don't know if you saw the clip from a house show from
I heard
yesterday or
about it.
today. Cody
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
heard
said
it.
my ribs are like 2 ribs are broken.
Obviously, storyline,
Yeah.
because Cody would be out for probably 2 months.
Reality, he would not be wrestling at a house show.
Absolutely.
But his ribs were taped. They kept the story, but again, ain't no reason the Samoan should be moving that fast and moving that high and doing what he does is just savagery right there, right? Like I was at a loss for words. Like you just took out 3 top stars on your debut on your own. Like yeah, they were softened up from the night, but let's be real, no one else would have done that. They probably would have gotten taken out, and we got people just throwing up the ones.
Were you speechless?
I was like, we went live for a little bit, didn't we? And
We did.
and
We
I
did.
was, you asked me, I was like, I don't even know what to say. Like I told you, I didn't even know what to say at that moment. I was like, it's shocking to me. Like it's really freaking shocking when someone debuts that way. It doesn't happen no more like that. I mean, you got, like we said, Monday, the Wyatt Sick6 debuted the way they did. How can you top that? We'll give you Joe Hendry. How can we top Joe Hendry? We'll give you a Jacob Fatu. All in the same freaking week.
I know.
WWE debut with no promo package, week booking. No, it's not. It's not week booking. You don't need a video package for every freaking debut. Show up like that. Make your presence known. Dominate. Leave. That's all you got. That's old school. Like, that's old school stuff. And it keeps the mystery going because no one knew this man was even in the building or even in the same state. Like,
Dude, everybody had a not everybody. There was a lot of people who had a feeling that we were going to get somebody debut. A lot of those speculations were, I I always mispronounce it. It was Hikuleo.
Hikuleo,
With
in New Japan, he was with their with Tamatonga and Tongaloa.
so that was the first one, because dude,
Well,
Jacob Fatu is a beast, bro. He is a beast on the mic. He's a beast in the ring. Please go watch matches in MLW, GCW. Please go watch Jacob Fatu. You can easily search him up on YouTube. But dude, I'm so excited to see what they do with him. Anyways, going back to Hikuleo, there's new trademarks that were filed, and we think that Hikuleo might become Tala Tonga because if you don't know what, if you've never seen Hikuleo, he is a tall dude, and the fact that his name is probably going to be Tala Tonga is kind of funny because it reflects his height.
yes. And I'm going to comment to this comment I just saw from TikTok. Not the actual TikTok, the guy right there. You forget casual people watch WWE, they need video packages for debut of all new guys. Well, guess what? We're in a new era of wrestling where guys don't debut with packages no more. And I love it. I don't need
But
to see if like not all guys need to, right? But guys like Jacob Fatu, most fans know who he is. Like wrestling fans outside of WWE know who he is. The pop he got, obviously the dirt sheet's been talking about it, so everyone knew who he was. But I'll give you credit, yes, some guys do need video packages, but this guy didn't.
no,
I liked his debut of how it was.
and I can agree with the video packaging on your side. However, that doesn't mean we won't get a video package in the coming week or two just to really get a buildup of this guy, right? For the casual fan.
Yeah.
So I think getting the surprise and then getting the history for the casual fan, I think that's perfect. Because then everybody gets the surprise versus he's coming, right? That's always cool too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was happy.
I was too. I loved it. I love that debut. And I see the guy doing a lot with the bloodline and outside of bloodline in the future. Because a lot of people don't know this either, but he can also cut a promo. Like, this is what I think the biggest fear for WWE for this guy was if he comes and outshines Solo, do we need Solo anymore?
Dude, I honestly, I really hope that Jacob takes over this bloodline or starts his own faction, and it's not the bloodline, but just overthrows Solo. Because we all know that Jacob outshines Solo, the guy who lost, what, 60 something times since beating John Cena.
Yep. But and I'm gonna throw shade for WWE at that one. Like, why would you have Solo lose? How do you have him beat one of the greatest of all time? One of the greatest. I'm not saying the greatest. I'm gonna clarify that. Not the greatest. One of the greatest. And then you have him on this losing streak. Why? It's dumb. That's bad booking right there. If the goal was to have Solo kind of take control after WrestleMania, you should have had him dominating. At least lose by DQ, not actual pinfalls. That would have made more sense for me. If he's losing by DQs because he's just too savage for these guys, then that would make a lot more sense than just have him losing.
I
And
like
then,
that. There.
you know, and then, like people in the comment, like he's been saying, and then there's people in the comments saying losing has consequences. His consequences might come sooner than later if he keeps losing, and then if where we're going happens. I'm not gonna shout out my predictions just yet. I want to see where this first part of the story goes from here with Jacob, Tamatonga, Tungaloa, Solo, Jacob, all these guys, right? Even Paul Heyman, who's over here crying for help to CM Punk.
Dude, we didn't put
Like,
that on the list either about Paul Heyman.
no, but it's going into the next part we're going to talk about. You got, Punk opening the show, Paul coming out, which I was like, oh man, this is dope.
Oh yeah.
We got a reunion going on, and then it's ruined by what? Paul Heyman asking Punk to leave and do me this favor, just go. And Solo comes out and he just wants Punk to acknowledge him. And then you can take over from there and finish what he said, because the Comic Con comments is your area of expertise because of San Diego.
Well, he called him a cosplaying tribal chief, and that's, I think, exactly what Kevin Owens said.
Two fake ass Usos, you could say it.
I think that's also what Kevin Owens said, if I'm not mistaken. Like a week or two ago, he called him similar, right? Like
something
a tribal.
Similar.
Yeah, something similar. I remember.
But I think Punk, being Punk, went into more detail with it.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of that, I was like, oh crap, Punk is about to get tore up. And Punk's like, Paul, what's the favor you want to ask me? If I do this for you? He's like, take me with you. I'm like, crap. I felt bad for Paul. Like, what did you think when that was happening in the ring?
Dude, I was surprised that he said, take me with you. I was here's where I was more surprised. The segment ended, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Paul Heyman walking out with the bloodline.
Pretty much, because they were just staring him down bad, like you coming or what, bro? Because I think he knew if it wasn't for Cody and those bats, it would have gotten messy. It would have gotten real messy real fast. And, that is what it is, right? But the next topic...
George, hold on.
What happened?
Your phone.
My phone?
Yeah, I texted you.
Oh, my camera's blurry? Nah, it's auto-adjusted. You'll fix here in a second. It should fix here in a minute. It is what it is. But anyways, so...
I need to step away. I really need to take this call. Can you host this real quick? I'm sorry.
Sure. I will host this. So I'm going to just read some comments while we wait for my co-host to come back real quick. We see the losing consequences. He got Mark Henry's strength, Kevin Owens' athleticism wrapped up in a Samoan body, says Quiz. And we're talking about Jacob Fatu. I'm just waiting for Jacob to kick Solo from Bloodline. Laugh my butt off. I think a lot of us are. Solo got Paul on that leash. He does, man. The way he caressed his cheek, I was like, bro, it's kind of creepy. Like, yeah, why are you caressing his cheek like that? He had to Punk. He had to Punk got messed up, right? Yeah, Punk got messed up big time once, the next the next thing we're about to talk about happened. My camera is blurry. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. I don't know why it gets like that sometimes. Let me just fix this real quick. Okay, whatever. I don't really care. But let's see what the comments got. You think Roman will return and attack Solo and the new Bloodline members. It's a very big possibility that does happen, but the story needs to make sense first for Roman to come back. The story needs to benefit Roman and why he should come back. Because right now, with where we're at, just Solo acknowledging himself as tribal chief doesn't really work for Roman to come back and do anything. Because, let's be real, you need somebody bigger than Solo for him to come back. I wanted to say thank you to everyone that's here so far. We actually got 18 new followers so far. I know we had a little over 50 people watching. From what I saw just now, 23 people watching. But let's see if we can keep, get the likes up. Tap the screen. Don't believe Jacob is going to take orders for very long. No. If Solo loses any more matches along the line or down the road with this, then yeah, I don't see him, taking orders from Solo much longer. Let's see. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep going. Let me see what we got on Instagram. We got some people. Thank you for the gifts. I just saw that. Appreciate it. Ooh. We got team bracelets. Appreciate that. Solo's ring gear and his on-screen outfits don't make sense to me. No, it does not. Don't think he needs to be wearing a suit. I think he needs to be just wearing regular ring gear. Obviously, someone's picking out his outfits for him. Again, don't know why my camera looks so funky right now. But it should fix. Thank you to everybody that's here watching. 53 people are watching right now. Just let's keep double tapping the screen. We are also on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram right now. We are multi-streaming to all platforms, the major ones. I love the suit and mob idea, but his gear needs to change to match it, right? Maybe have him wear the slacks and some shiny boots to go along with the outfit that he wears before the matches. We got Soto back on.
Hey, your camera's still blurry.
I know, but I can't really do nothing about that.
No worries.
I think it fixed.
Still blurry, but it's alright.
I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, sorry.
Hopefully everything is good.
Just waiting for an update.
Gotcha, man. I was letting everybody know. Just double tap the screen.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you.
58 people watching. Let's get up to 20,000. I mean, seriously, if you all gave 1,000 likes right now, each, imagine where we would be right now. I mean, we even had a freaking insane visit from somebody that we both worked out for. Let's be real. We were fanboying big time right now.
Dude, I feel like such a dork, but he's he's the goal, Man, he's the goal for a lot of us.
The first creator I actually saw on here, like YouTube, anything like that, was Santi and guys like Nico Extra, and I do follow both those guys. Earlier today, Nico actually sent me something that's going on in his lives.
That's cool.
Because I am a subscriber. He's like, hey, don't forget, we got this going on this month. I'm like, oh, I'm in. Don't worry about it. My subscription renewed. But and I do like what they are doing with Santi and Conman over there in TNA. They're actually giving them credit for what they do. Even they were, giving credit on WWE. They showed clips of him last week, I think. That was a shocker. Jacob Fatu. I'm still not over that. He is rogue like his cousins, the Thomas. What's up, Heel Mike? How's it going? Welcome to the live. I do not know.
All right. You want to move on to the next topic?
Yes, because we were actually getting to it, and then you had to step away for a second. But we were talking about Paul Heyman, CM Punk. Mostly, we're getting into the CM Punk thing. So Monday, we got a promo from Drew. He said like 4 or 5 words, and then he was out. I'm gonna be yeah. Like, what was your thoughts when he actually quit? You know,
For Drew, my instant thought was he's leaving Raw and going to SmackDown. And the only reason I thought of that was because AJ Styles was on SmackDown and he just was in an I Quit match. And the only thing that I can think of for AJ Styles is for him to show up either on Raw or do a guest appearance at TNA. I'm sorry, dude. I'm going to mute myself. I'll stay on the screen, though.
no, you're good. But yeah, he quit. He walked away. Actually for storyline reasons, and we actually saw him come back Friday with the whole CM Punk thing because he quit on Monday because of CM Punk. CM Punk came out on Friday, cut the promo he was cutting, telling everybody he made Drew quit under the pressure. He was gonna come back and mess with him some more. He made it too easy, and then after he did what he did with the bloodline and Cody and all that, what do you get? They're in the back, DIY, Grayson Waller and DIY. Then you hear the banging on the door, and then when they roll it up, who is it? None other than Drew McIntyre. And then from there, you see a not lifeless, but helpless CM Punk laying on the ground, kind of looking up at Drew, and Drew just being who he is, looks at him, picks him up, puts him on his shoulders, and literally walks him out on his shoulders, lays him in front of Chicago. Like, that's the ultimate payback.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Cool. CM Punk showing up and getting taken out and taken down off camera, right? Because we didn't see anything that happened. We just heard what happened. But for him to have a lifeless body and not even throw any punches or anything and get his little bracelet thing taken away from him. I want to know what that bracelet says.
It's most likely something from a fan or his wife. Ooh, we got people saying he deserved it.
Damn. Did they pray? Did they pray for this to happen?
I'm sure if you are a subscriber, you can actually use that right now in my comments to say, I prayed for that.
That's
I
funny.
actually have the Drew one that says, I prayed for that, and he's got his legs crossed like CM Punk on the ground.
That's funny. I when he lost at Clash of the Castle, I started going on a rampage, and I started commenting on a bunch of creators and WWE's page saying, I prayed for this to happen because CM Punk interfered and cost him the title. And I just went on a rampage. And they got a lot of likes, and people were laughing at it. So,
man,
he's just using his own words against him.
Pretty much. And I ain't gonna lie. For Drew, he needed that. And CM Punk needed that too, because what better way to make this feud, this little thing they got going on, even more personal, even better. Like, Drew got screwed in Glasgow. Okay, I'm going to go to Chicago and whoop your ass. Literally. And what better way to do that than to make him, bleed, lay him out in front of Chicago, and most likely his wife was watching at home. AJ. And obviously we got, all week long when we were talking about Drew quitting, we got a bunch of reports that he went to go take care of his wife. I'm like, okay, his wife had surgery. Yes, but knowing Drew and how supportive his wife is, probably told him, go to work. And that's what he did. He showed up to work for a few minutes and probably went back home.
Yeah. Of course.
Like,
I mean,
like he only.
they're
What happened? Sorry.
no. I mean, they were already in town, so that's why he was gonna definitely show up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then Drew just needed to be there for the 10 minutes of that segment, and he was out. What's the point of staying if you don't need to stay?
So, going on from this, then, what do you think is next for Punk?
He's gonna come back
Oh
cleared
yeah.
before SummerSlam. They're gonna have this battle. And I would not be surprised if Drew shows up tomorrow night and announces his participation in Money in the Bank.
I don't think it's gonna be tomorrow night.
I think it should be.
I think it's gonna be because he quit. And I think he's gonna show up on SmackDown, right? Because the last thing we saw with Drew was, what was it? Adam Pearce trying to beg, Drew to stay, and he walked away, right? So I think he's going to SmackDown.
It's possible that we see him tomorrow. Nick Aldis comes out and Adam Pearce, and they come to a mutual agreement that Drew needs to be punished. And they're going to figure out something, but I think we see him tomorrow. And the only thing he needs to do tomorrow, I'm going to be honest, come out and just say this: I told you not to mess with me, and just leave. That's family. They're hyped up. Like, pretty much, yeah, that's all he needs to do. Just show up, told you not to mess with me, and just leave. Like,
Yeah.
Can't really get any better than that.
Oh, I'm excited. I think we all know that it's going to lead to Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam. So it's exciting, man. This week, I've talked to people at work that barely watch wrestling, and it's just been exciting, man. It's been exciting to talk about. I literally at lunch today was showing clips of Joe Hendry. I literally talked about Jacob Fatu, and then I brought up the Wyatt Sick6. Those the three biggest topics that happened this week. I brought them up to workers that have not watched wrestling in a long time. Dang, dude.
Oh, yeah, I had to brighten it up a little bit.
You got the lights.
That's why.
WTP paid the light bill.
What are you talking about, man? I got 2 lights. But yeah, I think that's what was messing up my camera. My lighting.
That's all good. No, you're good.
Because as soon as I did that, you see me again.
Oh,
I give you light. I am God. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, let's not go there.
The lightning bolt. My bad, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, but we're just gonna get to the last topic though, because
it is late.
We gotta save something for tomorrow. We gotta not even talk about tomorrow. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, Money in the Bank for me is shaping out to be good, in my opinion. The men's, at least. Because in the women's, right now, we only have 2 participants. And obviously, we're going to have matches coming up this week to fill those last few spots. Because it's on the 6th, right, of July? Which is not this Saturday coming up, but the following Saturday.
Yes.
And by the way, for all you following, I will be there. Not there, but I'll be here watching with you guys.
Me too.
I actually made the schedule already, and I was like, you know what? When's Money in the Bank again? And
Dude,
I made sure I'll be here.
I can request time off of work up to 70 days in advance. 70 days from today is August 31st. That is Bash at Berlin.
Bash.
And I put in my request for that day off today with it being 70 days in advance.
I'm hoping my manager gives me the day off.
Oh my God. Stop.
Everyone's like, wait, ain't you the manager?
Yeah, that's you spinning around in your chair. I am the manager.
I am the boss. I'm the final boss. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But who are the 2 participants, by the way, Soto? If you want to fill in everybody real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go over both sides. So, as of right now, the 2 participants, obviously the cover boy, Mr. Geek, Jey Uso.
Oh, yeah.
And then, actually, there's 3 for the men as of right now. And then we have Mr. Him. He is him. Carmelo Hayes. Mm-hmm. And then we have El Idolo, Andrade.
Yes. By the way, I liked how Carmelo won because I had predicted that that's how he should win.
With a
Let,
roll up?
let everyone beat the hell out of each other, distract each other because there's no DQ in triple threat. And he needs to roll somebody up really fast. Didn't think it would be Randy. I thought it would be Tamatonga at least. But they did good. He won the way I thought he should win. And no one was mad about it. Well, I mean, they probably were because they probably wanted to see Randy. But Randy does not need to be in a Money in the Bank match. He's already had his time as champion. He's already had his time in those matches. Doesn't need to risk an injury in that caliber of a match. Especially if he doesn't need to be in it.
Real quick. Sorry. Did you happen to watch the clip where Randy Orton's daughter was in? I think I sent it to you.
Yeah,
Randy Orton's daughter was front row, and then he's just laying there at the end of his segment, just saying that he loves, his daughter and his wife, and it was so nice to see. I love when you see the out of character moments.
Because remember years ago, Randy's known to do those kind of things. Because remember years ago, he did the same with Shane's son. When Shane had got the concussion because of the spear in midair from Roman, he actually told, Randy, Shane's son, that he was doing good. He's okay. Your dad's tough. He's going to pull through. And that's cool. Like you said, that's cool to see those kind of sides of these guys because, they portray these big, tough guys on screen, but in reality, they're just like us. They're fathers, they're brothers, they're sons, cousins, all that stuff, right? And at the end of the day, we all know he has kids. Me, myself, I'm a girl dad. So, I would probably do the same thing if I was on camera. Like, I love you, little hearts. Because me and my kids do that. When I'm on FaceTime with them, I go like that. I put the heart like this and blow them a kiss, and they do it back to me. Yes, I'm cheesy like that with my kids.
Well, I don't want to speed things up, but I kind of have to. But the women's side, as of right now, from what I remember, we have Io Sky and Chelsea Green. Yeah. Those are the only two as of right now.
But that was a surprise win from Chelsea.
Yes and no. We were talking about her Lucha Underground moments and how she can really wrestle. And she did a suicide dive the other day. Yeah. And she, I love when she does her crazy stunts and all that stuff.
And it's perfect for her to be in this match.
Mm-hmm.
For, I didn't mean like, disrespect to her. Surprised she won. I'm surprised they gave her the win, really. Because she's been on TV since she came back as a kind of like a laughable character. A character you can't really take too serious because you don't know what they're going to do with her. But if you do go back and watch Lucha Underground and any of her independent stuff, she can really wrestle, guys. She's really good. Like, ask Soto. He watched Lucha Underground a lot.
I did, especially when Ray got there.
Yes. Chavo, Ray, Johnny Mundo, as they call him. Soto 619. I mean, it says it in the name right there, guys.
I watch Ray. I even support the other Rey Mysterio, which is the King.
Ed King Rey Mysterio.
Ray.
The King.
So anyways, that's the Indies Rey Mysterio. Yeah. But I'm friends with him, so.
Oh yeah, you were at a show with them, but we'll get into that another day.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Well, one more thing that I would love to talk about and love it to go into more time, but I want to leave us off with this one topic, and that is Roman Reigns coming back versus Solo Sikoa, which maybe he might take on the nickname Cesar Sikoa.
Cesar Sikoa.
Now, if they do that and they give him the nickname Cesar Sikoa, right? Caesar, we're gonna have Roman versus Caesar, and in history, it's awesome because we can compare it, to reality and wrestling. I just like that. So we'll see. Who knows? Caesar might just be a whole nother bloodline member, but as of right now, WWE has a trademark for Cesar Sikoa. I'm thinking it's probably going to be Solo's nickname. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting.
That is a good, interesting concept because obviously, if you go into the history, like you said the other night.
But I would love to attack that topic on the next one, if you don't mind.
We
can start it off on the next one. Caesar versus Roman.
Definitely will. We definitely will do that. But like he said, we are actually going to wrap up this little segment now, this entire show. It has been fun chatting with you, my guy, as always. Whatever's happening, hope it's all good. But obviously, we will be back. Can I say it? Thursday?
Go ahead.
Thursday night. No, okay.
Let me get back to you. I will get back to you ASAP.
Well, I will be here Thursday, maybe with another guest host if he's not able to.
I will get back to you ASAP. There's something just going on right now.
Gotcha. But I will be here Thursday. I will be here tomorrow. He'll be on tomorrow, maybe. Don't know what's going on.
I'll be on for my live stream as far as I.
Okay.
As of right now,
he'll be there tomorrow.
Yep, for Raw.
Then tomorrow I'll be here for Monday Night Raw. But all right, it's been fun, my guy. Man. And we will see all y'all next time.
Real quick, I just want to say thank you guys for all the follows. Thank you for all the support. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Santi Zap, for coming in and commenting on our stream. We're geeking out. So thank you, Mr. Santi Zap, for the follow on WTP and Soto619.
Yes,
we definitely appreciate your support. I don't think he's in here anymore, but I'm glad he followed the both of us.
He's probably, man, if I stay, I'm going to get a bunch of comments.
Yeah, so it was a good night, man. I'm glad we went live tonight, but I'll let you go.
He's probably on the fake account, let's be real.
No, that was a real account, bro.
He's probably on a fake account now because we noticed him. Like you brought him up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I didn't even see him come in. But we'll geek out later.
I was just glad I saw him.
All right, guys.